I'm just playing with my intro, creating something better than a 30-second countdown, playing with my intro, while walking down the stairs into my office. This is a mini tour of our house. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. Well, I just got there now. Woo-hoo. This is just a test. Let's all welcome Judy. Judy, she made it to the show today. Welcome. Now? Can you hear me now? Okay, Coop is giving me a thumbs up. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, well, all right. Well, thank you. Welcome to another rousing episode of Magic Mondays. Yeah, it's whenever. Okay, this one's on Dave. Well, and then on me because I should know how to do this shit. But so I have this heavy, beautiful, giant professional microphone and I usually have it set up to work on my computer, but he was making some videos yesterday, so he took it upstairs to his computer, and then he came back and just plugged mine in. And apparently, anytime that happens, this happens. So, thank you for hanging in there. So, okay, well, I guess you heard the theme songs if you were here. The one I played. And what I said mostly was that I could see Judy was here even a minute or two before the show started, and she commented early. And basically, what I said was her birthday. So she's my magical writing coach, friend. We've known each other for a really long time. She's super magical, and man, I could not have written my book without her and her care and her tolerance for or her gift, I should say, her patience and gift of being able to like scoop me out of the bowels of hell just about every time when we first started meeting for me to write my book. If you ever hear me say that writing is not exactly my happy place, I'm not kidding. It's getting better, but I haven't had to write anything except like my newsletter and yeah. Anyway, so boring. So that being said, thank you for bearing with me. And look at me dealing with technology. This alone would have blown my circuits once upon a time. So it's nice to see progress. Okay, so back to Art and Erica. Let's go ahead and play their what is it called? Oh yeah, fabulous theme song. Here we go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah!
Yeah. Okay. So let me catch up here. All right. So, okay. So we also have Dr. Shannon, the beautiful, amazing, magical Dr. Shannon. Yeah. Go chiropractic. Yeah. So let's go ahead and play her fabulous theme song. Here we go.
Shannon, Shannon, Shannon is here. Hey, Dr. Shannon.
Hey. Okay, and bear with me. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I think we are. Oh, and Judy had commented on Bowels of Hell, LOL. Bowels of Hell, LOL. Yeah, and Coop says hi, and we'll bring him on in a moment. Once we've gotten to some serious business here. I did make a few notes for myself during the week, and I'm glad I did because I already forgot what I was going to say. And just so you know, Judy says Shannon, Shannon. So you got that, Shannon. Okay, so yeah, and oh, I know. Hold on. So the lovely Gabby sent me a text. Thank you, Gabby, for letting me know or chiming in about me not chiming in. Here's your theme song.
Gabri J, Gabri K, Gabrielle is here today. Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. So, yeah. Well, I hope you're all having a lovely Monday so far. Yeah, I just had a few things. Well, I'll just ask this. I'm going to poof myself from where I was going. Well, I don't know. That is a good question, Judy. Judy's asking, where is Yvonne? I'm even talking to her a little bit later. So if she doesn't show up here today without getting her permission slip signed, I'm going to have to give her a real talking to during our chat. Yeah, so hope she shows up and all is well. Okay, yeah, so I wanted to put it out there. So one of the things, of the gazillion things I'm working on, and I even got a message from my mentor today about unitasking, focusing on one thing rather than dissipating your energy and focusing on too many things. I'm really doing some triage here and getting a lot of clarity. And I am making progress in the programs that I'm creating. Yeah. And so, what's my point? Oh, one of the things is I'm doing a course about pitching. I know I said I'm not a writer, but writing proposals or article proposals, like to be a guest contributor to different magazines, whether they're print or online or whatever. And I'm so intrigued by this. Um, yeah, I'm always thinking of like, something playing with like out of the broom closet or like if I had a recurring column, uh, or how to take the ooh out of woo or something like that. So anywho, yeah. So before I get to it, I just saw Yvonne is here. I acknowledge you, but I'm unitasking right now. So we'll get to you. Yeah, so I just wanted to put it out there. Like I realize as I'm like, part of my assignments in my course, like, okay, well, find your people, find your readers. And I'm like, oh, when was the last time I looked at a magazine? Back in the day, I would look at Cosmopolitan, but I was also in my 20s. But I think there's a cool teen Vogue thing going on. And okay, I'm not going to unitask because this is much more important. It's 11:11 on the West Coast, and you, wherever you are, stop what you're doing and make a wish. Here we go. Okay, and that's me on the pole. And no, I have not made progress past that point. And we've had it for what, a couple of years now. Anyway, so let me just finish up what I was saying before I look at messages. Yeah, so my ask of you, if you do read any magazine, I mean, it can be something like HuffPost. Yeah, wow, HuffPost. We'll just call it Huffington Post. That's what it is. Anyway, because I know I see articles now and then. Dodging the sun because oh man, it's so sunny here in Southern California right now. Sorry everyone who's not in sun right now. Anyway, if you have any ideas for me of an online or a actual physical periodical that you read, please send me a message. You can send it to energyhealingwithcolleen.com. And I know I have it here, energyhealingwithcolleen.com, or if you have my phone number, send me a text or an email or something. And oh, you don't know how to email me? Well, go to my website, energyhealingwithcolleen.com, and that links you to buying the book, my website, and what I really want you to do is sign up for my weekly Magic Monday newsletter that I send out every single week, first thing Monday morning. Yeah. So, and I hope you're subscribed to this, to my channel. Anyway, yeah. So let me know if you have any ideas around this idea for where to pitch an article idea. Anyway, okay. So we know that Yvonne is here. This is where I need a helper monkey. I don't know why it's always a monkey, but yeah. Not to be confused with the bathroom monkey, which is a really great commercial from Saturday Night Live back in the days of yore. Okay, so Yvonne is here. Yay! Okay, and I'm so glad you're here. And let me get rid of this. So Yvonne, let's go ahead and play your fantabulous theme song. Here we go.
Yvonne is in the house. Check her out.
Yeah, that song always requires double finger guns. Yeah, and so welcome, and I look forward to talking to you later. And Judy says, "Hey, yay, hi Yvonne. Okay, and yay, Blanca." I like the way Blanca you said your own name, just to make absolutely clear. Yes, this is you, and you've given photo identification. So thank you. So Blanca, here is your theme song. Here we go.
Blanca, oh Blanca, thank you for showing up today. Yay!
Yay! Okay, I think we're all caught up now. So I can tell you. Oh, Judy already has an idea. Architecture Digest, but that won't help you. I use it to clear my brain. Well, good to know. Yeah, they're probably not my. Maybe if I was feng shui or something, that's not my main gig. So It's not my gig at all. I just like it as a person. Yeah, but thank you for listening to my question. Yeah, so the other thing I wanted to say was, oh, super magical. The other night, I was doing some energy work, I think, sitting in my office chair, aka the couch, and I look up and there was like, usually when hummingbirds show up at our house, there's one, maybe two, on occasion. Ooh, there's three, and they're always chasing each other off. That's just how it is. And I've always been envious of people, probably Yvonne, who are so connected to the animals in her world. It's just like that she probably has three hummingbird feeders set up and they're all fully packed at all times. That's kind of okay, maybe not all times because they do, you know, they don't do it in the middle of the night, I think. Anyway, yeah, so I was doing some energy work and I look out the window and so I see, first it was like three and then I'm like, whoa, I think there's more. But they were all like trying to land, then being chased off, and it just looked kind of like craziness. And they were like, wow, there's more than three. And I kind of lost count at five until all of a sudden, after like several minutes of this seemingly chaotic movement with these birds that are all trying to eat and kind of no one's let anybody have anything, so nobody gets what they want. And then all of a sudden, one sits down and then the other, and just in very short succession, like there was no more room on the feeder, and I believe there were at least six, and that was super magical. And to make it even more kind of interesting, a while later, like they were all, I mean, very calm, just like. And sadly, I decided to video it, and I was way too far away, and I wasn't about to get off my ass. Come on, let's be serious. So, uh, so all of a sudden, like, I don't know how they did it, but there were six there, and then five of them, pshoo, they just left. And then another one hung around for quite a while and kept drinking. So I guess really hungry. Yeah, probably because of all that flying around and chasing each other off. And I immediately thought, oh, wow, it kind of seems like the world right now. And I take it as a lovely sign because all things are possible and you just don't know what magic is happening, even in the atrocities that we're all witnessing. Um, yeah, but the universe is in a conspiracy for our happiness. And if it's happening to us, it's happening for us. So, what lessons is it bringing up for those of us who are feeling really triggered right now by all of this? And that's where your magic is. And yeah, I'm just going to keep saying it. I always feel like I'll just say it once and everyone will get it. And I see it over and over when I'm talking to somebody. It's like, wow, you sound really triggered. Have you looked at that? No, like, and it's just a matter of being trained to recognize, like, oh shit, even though I know it's because of that thing that orange thing is doing, yeah, if you're triggered by that, there's energy in there to clean up. And trust me, I'm still outraged by all of this, but I pay attention to when it really gets under my skin and I kind of can't get past it. And I find myself getting triggered if I spend too much time on any social media because that's all anybody is fucking talking about. And I get it, and I think that's important in some ways. It's great because people are communicating and speaking up. But me as a sensitive person, I get it. Yeah, things seem super fucked up. But you know what? Throughout history, things have seemed super fucked up. And I get it. There's lots of signs that seem like we're going in a certain direction, but just, let's let history serve us, and let's pay attention and make different choices. And the first choice that I think is so important to make, and I think it's kind of the last choice most of us make, is when you're triggered, when you're like submerging yourself into like all the fuel added to your fire of all the people that are saying the same things that you're thinking. That's really great, but pay attention to what it's bringing up in you that feels really uncomfortable and over the top. And when you learn how to clean that up energetically, which is what I've desperately worked. Judy, you're my witness. Yvonne, you're my witness. Memory, if she was here, she would be my witness too. She's at work. She doesn't watch the show, at least live. Anyway, like, I wrote this book for other sensitive people, people who might get a clue, or be not, that sounds rude, to people who are more likely to recognize, wow, I get really upset about things. I feel things so deeply. And here's a way to make your load a little lighter and understand yourself more and be less afraid when you start hearing about this shit. Because what I do, and I'll just keep saying it, if I spend too much time on Instagram and then I'm just like, oh, and I'm just like soaking up everyone's pain and concern. And I'm always worried about, like, I'm always concerned to a certain level about all of us, but the people who need a little extra help. And those people in society we need to, yeah, it can't always be every man for himself. That's not the way things work. But anyway, so what am I trying to say? If you look at your own shit, clean it up, and then you can be in a calmer place of like, what can I really do? What micro habit can I create? Like maybe your micro habit, I talked about that in my newsletter today. Like what's something you can commit to every day that moves you in the direction of, let's say your dream is for for the world to finally maybe consider that women are people too, for example. And what can you do every day? You know, if that could be, you could commit to that step, could be you sit in prayer for 5 minutes. You do some energy work on behalf of women of the world. You call your congressman every day if that's your gig. Come up with something where, so you clean up your shit, you clean up your trigger so you're stable, you can breathe, and you can be more neutral and like use your whole brain and your beautiful energy that was being siphoned off to like not being useful, and just adding fuel to the fire. So clean up your shit, recognize your shit, find a way to clean it up, read my book, clean it up, become calm, get grounded, and then make it a daily habit to do something. It doesn't have to be around this subject, but whatever your dream is, whatever your vision is that you're really like you're on fire about. Not freaked out fire, but on fire like, "Ooh, I stand for women." Yeah. I stand for people of color. I stand for people being free to be whoever they are and love whoever they are and own their own fucking bodies. Anyway, so I think I've made my point, but it's really powerful. I'm finding it very powerful to start creating more habits. And that starts by just doing a little thing. I've mentioned before, like, and I was on a roll until I got sick. And then there was can I brush my teeth today? Like, I'm not going to do my little exercise I said I do every day. So that's coming back. I'm finally have my energy back. But yeah, that was really powerful for me. I'm like, I'm going to do this one full body move involving my legs and my arms. I do it 50 times. And if that's all I do all day, then that's okay. That's great. That's a win. And so I'm doing that again, but I'm also working in some other micro habits that are getting me closer and showing the universe, I mean, business, things I do every day to move me toward my dream of, well, putting myself out there so I can tell people and give the message to as many women as possible. Like, I want to help you reclaim your magic by learning energy work and learn more about yourself and who you are. And then watch how fucking powerful you become and you feel. And things aren't so scary in the world because you have other ways to look at it. And ultimately, it's just about having more and more awareness of what's possible. That's I stand by what I say. It's like, I think the cause of any and all suffering of any kind is purely a lack of awareness. So I believe even when I was sick, I kept telling myself, I know there's magic happening here and there's a reason for this. It's not just like, well, I ate too much sugar and I got sick. Well, that's part of the magic because I like haven't had any sugar since. Yeah, there's always magic in anything. and I mean anything, if you have a broad enough perspective and awareness. So, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, okay. So let me catch up here. So Judy says, look at the magazines at the checkout in Sprouts. That is an excellent idea. And that's where we shop. Um, the pickings aren't so great at Costco, the other place we shop. And Yvonne says, that's correct. I'm just going to assume you're saying I'm correct about everything I say. Thank you. And Judy says, we all need to tend to and tune into our magic skills. Yeah, it's like this huge uncharted territory for most people that you probably don't even know exists. But if you look at the energy behind things and clean it up, yeah, I've spent the last 18 years figuring this shit out. So take advantage of the work I've done and save yourself. What's that amount? Oh yeah, it's a butt ton of time and energy. But don't worry, you'll still go through your own things because it's a journey and it's an adventure and it's an exploration. And if you're not if those words don't turn you on, then you're not interested. You don't want to do this. Yeah. And Judy says, I do energy work for myself and the world every morning, like suiting up. That is beautiful. Yeah. And, when it comes to the world, that's interesting you say that because it's different for all of us. You might think like, oh, I'm like constantly doing energy work for whatever. Yeah. No, only if it gets my attention somehow and is kind of asking for it. Um, yeah, it's like sometimes I just like back in the day I would be watching Dr. Phil or something. I can't stand it anymore. It's not my gig. No offense to Dr. Phil. He's actually kind of hilarious. But yeah, but I would be like watching some poor person who's so struggling and I'm like, "Oh, I just wish they would check them for this or that." But that's not my place. And I know Judy and how much integrity she has. And yeah, she's only doing work that she's being called for. And I think that's a good lesson for all of us. I've known people who will like work on people who don't know it and like classmates or not tell them. And I don't know, unless on some level you're getting a message like, yeah, them on a soul level is asking me to do this. Great. Then I have free whatever. But yeah, I've known some shady ass people and I've had to let them go as clients because no, thank you. Like you play dirty and I don't like it. Anyway, and oh, good. And Judy says, correct. So, yeah. Anyway, what else did I want to say before we bring Coop on and do some magic? Um, Oh yeah, I had a kind of a silly experience and I kind of played with it for a while. Just it was like a cat playing with a mouse before it killed it. Which is a terrible way to say that because I do not like killing things. But anyway, so Dave and I have a favorite. One of our favorite comedians is Pete Holmes, and he does two podcasts a week. One is with his wife, and they have this beautiful marriage, and they talk about all kinds of spiritual, cool things and life stuff. And then another for like on Wednesdays, he interviews somebody, more along the lines of famous. uh, anyway, so we listen to a lot of Pete each week. And I don't ever, I'm not a big commenter on his, oh, thank you, Blanca. I'll get to that in a second. I wasn't sure what you're talking about. Like, are you saying, so, okay, I'll just say it. So Blanca sent a message saying voice of San Diego. And I'm like, are you calling Pete Holmes the voice of San Diego? Well, I've seen him perform here, but I don't, oh, you're talking about a publication for me to pursue. Thanks so much. I am writing that down. And yours too, Judy. Well, your idea about Sprouts, not Architectural Digest. I don't think they'd give a shit about what I have to say. Anyway, yeah, so we are definitely fans of Pete Holmes, and I follow him on Instagram, and I'm really getting into Instagram more, and ugh, then there's Facebook. I'm I think yeah, I really don't like Facebook, but it's kind of a sort of necessity business wise anyway. Yeah, and so on Instagram, I got I guess somebody slipped into my DMs, which is not hard to slip into. I hope someday I can say I can be more like, oh yeah, I have so many followers that I can. Yeah. Anyway, calm down, Colleen. Yeah, so I got a message, like a private message for this woman, and she's like, "Oh, hi, I'm the like coordinator, social media coordinator for Pete Holmes, and he's decided to reach out randomly to some of his fans. He doesn't use Instagram himself. His information's put on Instagram. He doesn't handle this himself. So he's reaching out to some random fans to talk to him." And I responded like, "Okay, well, this is fake, but I wish it was true. Like, I'll play. I have nothing to lose here. No one's asking me for money or to do anything shady, so I can play along." So this is where it's like, "Oh, I got that mouse. I'm not ready to kill it yet." And yeah. And so our conversation went back and forth, and I just kept playing, and I'm like, "Why should I trust you?" And she told me, "Oh, well." And her picture, for what it's worth, I was just looking for clues because clearly this is a scam of some sort, or I'm missing out on a huge opportunity to talk to Pete Holmes. And if that's meant to be, well, I'll find a better way to do it. Yeah, the story goes on. It's kind of boring, but she warned me that when people, you just have to watch out who contacts you, like on social media, because they're not real. And I'm like, "So isn't that you too?" "Oh no, well, you'll see when you talk to Pete that she never did back up her story at all. She would just tell me, "Yeah, you better watch out for people contacting you on social media." Anyway, and so it got to the point, and she's like, "Do you want to talk to him?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so she told me he communicates on WhatsApp. Okay. I use WhatsApp. And then she's like, "Okay, here's his phone number so you can contact him on WhatsApp." And so I have not done that. And that's where it gets like, okay, now you're asking me to go to, we'll use like a rape situation. You're taking me to a second location. I don't think that's a good idea. Pete is welcome to. Dave kept saying, "Tell her that Pete can schedule a session with me if he likes." Uh, anyway, which I think would be amazing because he and his wife are empaths. But anyway, um, yeah. And so I looked up the area code that she sent me, and it's from, what was it, northwestern Georgia. And I listen to a lot of Pete. I've read his book. I know his story. I know he tours all over the country, but he's from Boston originally and lives in Ojai, and before that, LA. And I've never heard him once mention living in Georgia or thereabouts, thereby procuring a cell phone number from northwestern Georgia. So I pretty much said, "This is crazy. Why would I listen to you?" And she's like, "Well, if you want to talk to him, here it is." Like, okay. And I think I finally just said bye, or maybe I didn't. We're no longer communicating. So gosh, I hope this doesn't hurt Pete Holmes's feelings that I didn't immediately reach out to this person. Okay, I've spent way too much time on this, but thanks for listening. Thanks for still hanging in there. And I'm just going to say this again. Please subscribe. I'm guessing if you show up live, you've subscribed, and the regular group that watches later, you've subscribed. But please, please, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And share it with somebody if you think they want to hear a 59-year-old empath author. Wow, it's so counterintuitive. Oh my God, I can't take it. Anyway, that's my book. Yeah, so yeah, pass this along if you're interested and sign up for my newsletter. And that's a great way to stay connected. Okay, so thank you, Blanca, for the recommendation. I wrote it down. I will check it out. Okay, well, without further ado, make sure your makeup is done, Coop, because you're coming on. Okay, here we go.
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop. Yeah.
Oh my god. I was you saw me like getting into it. I'm just waiting for you to show up, and there. I guess I had to push a button.
I'm here.
Hi, how are you doing?
Um, I'm very blah today. I had a great day yesterday. Everything's fine. I woke up this morning and it was like I got nothing. That's my phone again. Yeah, no, I left the gym. I walked areas, went to the bank, went to the store, did some errands this morning, that kind of thing. But like I'm just like I made it here today. I got some people coming by for some marketplace stuff, but otherwise I'm just vegging today. I'm just
Wow. Well, for what it's worth, and it's really all that matters. You look really good.
no thanks.
Anyway, yeah.
There's not one specific thing. I mean, yeah, the whole you were talking about earlier. Yeah, that it is a daily conscious effort to not like scream and rage, especially because today's the third anniversary of the invasion of Ukraine. So there was a resolution at the UN today. Russia was the aggressor. Russia is the bad guy, and we voted no. The United States.
Yeah. Well, let's not get too deep into this shithole. But I hear you.
So that's not really. I mean, that is a struggle every day to not let that. But yeah, that's not it. It's.
Do you ever consider not looking at that stuff, like not piping that information?
Yeah.
I know it's so. I get it. Like I don't watch the news. Well, I do watch Weekend Update, which Dave and I call the news. But anyway, but I do subscribe to very blunt, like no sides taken, just kind of reporting news. I forget what it's called, 1442 or something. Anyway, but I sometimes even that I'm like, nope, I'm not going to look at that. And
yeah, no, I've really reduced my consumption of
good
news on purpose because I didn't realize it triggers me, but still, I can't just ignore what's going on either. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then make sure the more you dip into that, make sure you do other good things for yourself to counterbalance. Yeah, and remember the beauty of what we get to have here. Okay, we don't need to go into the threats of what we might not have here, but like in my world right now, if I didn't know anything else was going on in the world, I'd think, wow, how beautiful. It's so beautiful in San Diego today. I get to do my show. I get to connect with you guys. I get to do my magic. I get to talk to Yvonne later. Like, oh my gosh, so much magic in the world. And the more we can focus on like being grateful for what you have, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I get it. Like this is a tough time to like completely not. Yeah, I mean it requires a lot of like not engaging with,
Yeah, exactly.
And I can be fairly disengaged to an extent because I work from home, so it's not like I'm at work and everyone's chitter chattering.
Right.
But still, it seeps in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just does with social, like the way we are now. Like everything's like I need to explain to you planet Earth at this moment. Anyway,
so I might be coming by in like 10 minutes for to buy a cookware set. So I mean, you need to.
Oh, great! What kind of cookware?
It's just stainless steel pots and pans, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so. We have, just not to brag, or you might think, "Wow, you really bought all of that? Or you really bought into that?" We have Salad Master cookware. So that's like hardcore, non-reactive cookware. It's lovely. It's just, that's what Dave and I are into. Like we're super into the water we drink and and our cookware. And it's lovely. And why am I even still talking about cookware? It's so fucking boring. So yay, you're going to make some money. Yeah. Yay. And just to share, this feels a little vulnerable, but whatever. I stop now. So there's a book I mentioned last week that I'm reading or listening to, and it's something about like you can become a badass with money or something like that. And by Jen Sincero. And yeah, she's very playful and talks about painful things in a funny way. Sounds like another book I know of. Turn your thumb the opposite way you think it should, Blaine. Oh, it's such a mind fuck. Anyway, And one of her many suggestions that she throws out there, one that stuck with me is I formed a micro habit. I've been doing it for, I don't know, 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. And it's, I have it's on my phone, although I don't usually need the alarm because I just do it naturally. I have an out loud love letter that I write to my boyfriend. She didn't say boyfriend, but he's become my boyfriend. Money or
Uh,
wealth or yeah, and how he makes me feel and how attracted I am to him and how attracted he is to me. And she talk about how much you love money, because money is, as my mentor says, money's a symbol of your freedom. Like money and what's come about, and the reason I share it, other than it's a micro habit that's been really valuable. Yeah, oh, it's become like I realize like the feeling, because it's really all about the feeling. It's not so much the words. Um, the feeling is, and I get this whenever I get into my vision of my life as I want it, ideally. I get into this feeling place, and the word that always comes up, or the feeling, is that everything is so smooth. Like my home space is very zen, um, and just the flooring is beautiful, and it all feels so smooth. And so my boyfriend Money, I've been playfully calling him, and this is a reference to a famous movie, it's a very serious film called 16 Candles, and the sister getting married. They referred to her boyfriend or her fiance as an oily variety boho. And so I started calling, there's more to this, but I started referring to my boyfriend Money as my oily, because he's like this beautiful golden oil that just like lubes everything and makes everything in my life easier. And the more he's around, oh, Coop's making some money. The more my boyfriend Money is around, this beautiful lubricating oil. It's not sexual. I am married. And and so I've started calling him my oily variety bohunk. Um, and to make it weird, so micro habits are amazing. Put them in your phone, like send yourself a signal, like to do this every day and hold yourself accountable and show up and do this tiny little thing every day. Anyway, and so wow, sun. So I decided to look up the origin of, like, did they really say oily variety bohunk? I always thought it was some kind of Italian slur, but it turns out that's like an old reference from God knows when. And so the bohunk part was a reference to the word bohemian, which apparently has something to do with, and the Hun part is Hungarian. What? So I was wrong all around. But I stand by my boyfriend Money. He is my beautiful golden oily variety bow hunk. And in my world, it's bow as in attractive, and hunk like he's a hunk. Anyway, wow. I think we should get to some magic in a second, but let me check some messages. Um, okay, so Judy says, balance in all things. Agreed. Keep your power. Yeah. And money equals my own natural energy field. Ooh, I like that. I might just have to use that. Thanks, Judy. Again, I love when you show up, Judy, when you're able to, because I think you're usually working on Monday mornings. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Judy, for inspiring me by telling me I had to have build some kind of a social media platform for my book eventually. And I started doing this. Okay, hey, and he's back. And money made?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got $35 for I guess they were like $80 new. This is stainless steel. They're for like, yeah, gas, electric, induction ovens, whatever kind of oven you got. So yeah,
Well,
older couple, their son's finally moving out, starting getting his own place for the first time. So they're stocking him up with dishes.
well, then everybody wins.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, so you missed my story about oily variety bohunk. There's a whole origin to the story, but you're just going to have to live without that knowledge, Coop, because we need to do some magic.
We do.
So let's go ahead and, you know what? I don't think I haven't played my beautiful song, have I? my beautiful song, which I'll play at the end, of course. It's my outro. But let's go ahead and play my beautiful theme song, care of Artica Productions. Seriously, the magic in this music. Oh, I love them so much. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and smudge the space while we listen to my song. Here we go.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Colleen.
Okay, smudging the space. Oh, let's make sure Coop gets some. Oh, he's over here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So while I'm doing this, putting this out, I'm just going to put out a shout out to any and all stuck souls, dead people who are with anybody watching live or anybody watching in the future. Now's your chance, dead people, to have an exit strategy to the light. So let's see if anybody's ready. So first of all, my name is Colleen. Yes. My name is Bob. No. Okay. It's safe and appropriate to do some magic for the group watching live and in the future right now. Yep. Okay. So do we have any takers for our dead people? Yep. Okay. Is Jesus our go-to dead person guy? Wow. Our dead person go-to guy? Yes. Okay. Jesus, are you ready? Okay. Say goodbye to your little friends. Give me a moment. All right, have we successfully released these dead people to the light? Yes, thank you, Jesus. As I was doing that, I'm like, I have my visual for it and my understanding with the universe, I guess. So it's like kind of a no-brainer to do it. And it was like, oh, I was just thinking, yeah, I'm kind of a conduit of sorts for these stuck souls just to have their exit strategy to the light. And it's like I was acting as my own oily variety bohunk. Yeah, lubing up the process, helping everything move more smoothly. Yay me. Yeah, but seriously, Coop, did you ever watch, okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
my heater was on a minute ago.
Oh, okay. Thank you for being so conscientious. I really appreciate you. Anyway, so you watched 16 Candles, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, and do you remember them calling the fiance oily variety bohunk?
Yeah, because like his dad was like some kind of mafia guy.
Yeah, but like if you look at if you're feeling blah, might as well add this to your list of not important things to do. But you could look up the origins of oily variety bohunk, and
Okay.
it's about Bohemian and Hungarian. It's not like beau as in French, like meaning attractive, and it's not hunk. It's for Hungarian. Whatever. Okay, but my oily variety bohunk is my boyfriend, Money. Okay, and he is a good-looking hunk of man energy, man money energy. Yes, and he is a feminist, everyone. Just so you know, he's amazing. It's okay that he's a man. Okay, I'm just being silly. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we successfully released our dead people to the light? Yep, thanks, Jesus. Okay, so is there some magic to do for the group today, watching live and in the future? Yes, this is on my master menu. Yes, this is in column A. No, this is in an odd numbered row. Yes. Okay, in row 1, no, 3, 5, 7, 9, 9. Okay, our winner is. Okay, so this is what it says is technology to clear. Those are the words that resonate. And do I have a chart to go with it? I do. Let's see what resonates. So this technology to clear for the group is in column A. Yep, in an odd numbered row. Yep, in row 1, 3, 5, 3. Oh, it's 3. Okay. Oh, how funny. Money technology. Okay, so there's some money technology we need to clear. Yep. Okay. This is safe and appropriate for the group. Yep. Are we ready? We are. Give me a moment. Oh, this is so elaborate. All right. So have we successfully cleared this money technology energy for the group? Yes. And just the reason I say that is, I've got this small chart of different technologies that have resonated because I'm always looking for the words that resonate. That's the only reason I make charts. And what's interesting to me is I kind of have the same visual for no matter which one shows up. But this one today, like I start with a basic kind of visual and then it might take on a life of its own. And ultimately, I handle it all the same. And the feeling of when technology shows up to be cleared, I always see it's like a ghost town. And there's all these facades up, which make it look like intimidating, maybe. But really, it's so fucking old. It's such old energy, trying to look all big and bad, trying to hold on. But really, all you need to do is kind of, and it's just like, falls apart as dust. But what I saw this time, sure, we did the dusting part, so it fell apart. And then there was like a water blasting of the area, cleaning it up, and then all this beautiful greenery and life showed up. I'll just take that as a nice sign. And you can take it as, wow, this chick is a little batshit crazy. To which I respond, how dare you? How dare you? Okay, so, Coop, you're so serious. Oh,
Okay.
you're so serious. That's okay. But how dare you not respond to everything I say? Don't forget, you are the Andy Richter to my Conan. Yeah, so no pressure. Okay, so we've successfully cleared this technology. I'm totally teasing you. You don't have to be a certain way. You just need to be you. You're doing great. Okay, so is there more magic to do for the group today? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. Okay, in row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10. Okay, seems to show up just about every time. So we're looking at either an atrophied positive emotion or a frozen negative emotion. So for the group today, this is a frozen negative emotion. No, this is an atrophied positive emotion. Okay, fun. So this atrophied positive emotion, I'm looking at my positive chart. Oh, where can you find that? By the book. Read the book. Okay, so this is in column A. Column B, yes. In an odd numbered row, yes. In row 1, yes. In row 3, no. Okay, so atrophied energy of feeling security or secure. Yeah, I'm sure nobody can resonate with that. So let's see what we can do with this. So this atrophied energy of security, for whoever needs it, watching live or in the future, is this energy ready to be brought back to better usability with a bypass circuitry? Yes. So we're going to disrupt a pattern. Bypass circuitries are. It's amazing how throat my dry gets when I'm talking for almost an hour nonstop. Give me a moment. Okay, so Gaia handles these pattern disruptors or bypass circuitries. So this bypass circuitry for this today, this disruption of this atrophied energy of security is in column A, column B, column C, column D, Colleen, okay, Colleen D in an odd numbered row, no, in row 2, yeah, okay. So this one's just called simply expansion. So Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this atrophied energy of security or feeling secure for anyone who needs it watching live or in the future? Yes, this is safe and appropriate from the light and for our absolute highest good and well-being. Yep. Okay, Gaia, do your thing. I'm going to be quiet from you. All right, Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this atrophied energy of security for those of us who need it? Yep. Thank you, Gaia. And this is probably a dick move on my part, in case you tune in for the energy work part. I'll keep going until we're done, but I wanted to check in with you and let you know, last year, seems like a year ago, last week you brought up the SNL 50th show. And I hadn't seen it yet, and I told you to stop telling me things. And we watched it the other night, and I want you to know my favorite parts had to have been Meryl Streep
Oh, right, as the Kate McKinnon's mom.
Oh my God. So, yeah, these 4 people are being interviewed as people who have been abducted by aliens. And 2 of them, it was like Pedro Pascal, and Woody Harrelson had beautiful experiences. And then Kate McKinnon always has a horrible one. And she's so, yeah, it's cringy awesome. And she's sitting with her legs spread. But this time her mother was with her, who was also abducted, also wearing the same type of outfit and smoking a cigarette with her legs spread, and it was Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
So fucking good. If you haven't seen it, oh my gosh, it's so worth looking for. I'm sure you could just Google.
I wonder who found that. I wonder if they went out and got her specifically, or they just. But yeah, that was a particularly humorous choice of an actress to just pluck out of nowhere. And
oh yeah, oh my god. And the other thing I thought it was a really good show, and kind of poignant to watch these amazing singers that are like 80, where their voices are going, and they're very wobbly, like Paul McCartney. Oh, the Paul Simon and Paul McCartney. Yeah. Oh, okay. You don't need all of my reviews. But the other thing I wanted to tell you, Coop, because I was keeping a list specifically for you, is Bill Murray's countdown of the best anchors. And at the end, like the top one, not being Colin Jost, of course, it was his brother, Brian Doyle Murray.
Yeah, right.
I looked it up, and sure enough, he did host it. It wasn't even called Weekend Update yet. What I read, it was called something else. Weird.
I don't remember ever seeing him as a news guy.
He was in a cast that every time Mary Gross, do you know who she is? She was a cast member, I think, with like Tim Kazurinsky in that cast.
Yeah, and Joe Piscopo.
I don't remember the names. Every time she shows up, I have to tell him her name is Mary Gross. She is the sister of Alex P. Keaton's father.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Michael Gross.
Gross. Okay, I didn't know they were related. Interesting.
His sister. Yeah. Okay. So now that we've established that, so let's see. Let's do some more magic. Okay. Cool. So that was very important to stop the show for this important announcement. And if you haven't watched it yet, if you love Saturday Night Live, it was super fun. It was really fun.
It was.
Yeah. Oh, and Andy. Okay. I have to stop. With examples. Okay. So is there more magic to do for the group today? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. No. This is in column B. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. Okay. So this is in row 1, row 3. Oh, the ever popular shared chakra, or some kind of energetic entanglement. So this resonates as a shared chakra specifically. Yes. Okay. For the group, this is a shared first chakra, second chakra, third chakra. Okay, so third chakra, solar plexus. I always think of this. I'm sure it's many things, but what I always think of, that's like seat of personal power. Some might say I think emotions too. But anyway, whatever it is, we have some entanglements here. So with somebody in our world, or maybe, sometimes when I'm working on myself and I'll get that I have a shared chakra, and really, like I have this resonance with Japan from a past life. And sometimes I have like a shared third chakra or second chakra with Japan. So it doesn't always have to be with a person, but anyway. So whoever, whatever you might have this entanglement with, that's resonating as it's somehow connected or entangled with your third chakra. So this is for you. So it's safe and appropriate to disentangle our third chakras now from whoever or whatever they're entangled with. Yep. Safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? Okay, let's do it. Okay, everyone gets their clean energy back. So have we successfully disentangled our third chakras? Yes. Okay. Is that a good place to stop today? Yes. Man, like a whole bunch of people just like dropped off, probably because we've been about an hour. So, okay. Well, thanks everyone for hanging in there, however long you hung in there. And why am I still holding my pendulum? I don't know. Are we done? We are. Okay. It's like an appendage. Like I have it in my hand so often. Oftentimes I'll just be sitting with it. Like, why are you in my hand? Yeah. So thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you. I love you. Please subscribe to my channel. I am doing a daily dose of magic. I think that's what I'm calling it, even though my little theme songs say something else. It's a little bit of a clusterfuck, but it's me showing up imperfectly. Yeah, I'm on a mission, and my ego needs to take a back seat to all of this because I'm here to be a pattern disruptor and a helper. So if there's anything I can do for you, please reach out. And any closing words, Coop?
Not really. Just be grateful.
Yeah.
Whatever you can find. It may be hard, but yeah, find something to be grateful for.
Send love to the world. Send love to the world. And yeah. Anyway, well, thank you, Coop. I love you. I love you all. And I hope to see you next week. And as I'm trying to say bye.
Sure, guys. Thanks.
For slipping that in, you guys. You are very welcome. Okay, so let's say goodbye. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
And I have to still push another button. So bye.
You are magic, magic.